I think for the Yankees, it's funny how I feel like we're in this position now every single year. What do you say about them again?
Yeah.
Gee, they are a machine. And I know the Red Sox stink, but it's almost like, oh, here come the Red Sox. They're going to win all four. And it's hard to say that you expect a team to win all four games.
It's like the Orioles last year.
Yes.
That's what it's like.
That's exactly right. And you expected them to win all four this weekend in this wraparound series? All four. It's unbelievable, and it's different guys every night. Incredible.
Well, the problem is they haven't won a championship, and this is the year that we say it every year. This is a year that they have to do it. They have to do it. I mean, there were some really, really good teams in the American League, in the Red Sox and the Astros, who also apparently were cheating during their runs that the Yankees had run into. But this was the year that they were the team. They were the clear-cut favorite. There wasn't another team in their way. The Astros and the Red Sox had gone through changes and issues and everything stemming from either the luxury tax that the Red Sox went through or some of the punishment that Major League Baseball handed down. So it was the Yankees' year, whether it was 162 games or 60 games, and they're showing it. So, I mean, basically, they've done everything you could possibly want the last couple of years but win a World Series.
You're right.
Or get to a World Series, really, or win the American League. So, I mean, that's what you say about it. But it's for a Yankee fan, it's enjoyable as hell. I mean, you just to dominate the Red Sox in this way. I mean, this may never happen again. The way that they are kicking the crap
10
out
straight
of it.
Now, right?
10 straight. That may never happen again. Yeah. So you enjoy every moment with that on the way to what is hopefully a championship that you feel is legitimate enough to celebrate, which everybody will, by the way.
Yes,
I mean,
agree.
If any local team wins a championship during this thing, and I do think it's different. Well, basketball, it's going to be tough, and we'll talk about the Nets in that game yesterday. But, if it's the Islanders, that's going to feel super legitimate because they played more playoff games than they would have.
It's a legit postseason.
100%. It's actually more difficult because of that play-in series that they had to play. So that's totally legitimate. This one's going to feel different. But as I said from the get-go, even before they started playing games, the Yankees win the World Series. Yeah, you can't compare it to a regular season, but everybody else was playing under these rules, and they were the best team, if that happens, in this environment, and that does count for something. It maybe isn't even more impressive than a regular championship. So, yeah, they've done everything. You're right. I mean, what can you say other than you sit back and you enjoy it? I mean, for talk shows, it's not exciting because there's no controversy. I mean, even with the injuries now, you sort of know what's going on. I mean, people are sick of hearing about Giancarlo Stanton, and Aaron Judge feels fine, and LeMahieu is going to be out for a couple of weeks, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be out for months or he's out for the season or there's any surgery. So, yeah, I mean, it's what the Yankees are. The Yankees are a nighttime team. In the morning, it's just basically like you go through the details, you pat them on the back.
Yeah.
But it's an enjoyable few hours if you're a Yankee fan every single night. You know you're going to put them on and be treated to happiness. That's basically what it is. It's like I'm going to sit down. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to watch my team kick some ass, and I'm going to go to bed. I mean, how great of a feeling is that if you're a fan? My Lord.
And that's what it is on a nightly basis. And it's like, the beauty of them is, too, and I didn't think this could happen in another year, where it wouldn't, I don't want to say it doesn't matter. That's not fair to say to Judge or Stanton or to a LeMahieu because they've been so damn good. But there's a point of view that says, there's a part of you that says it almost doesn't matter if they're there or they're not there because this team just continues to hit and they continue to win. And it is a credit to whatever scouts found and how they found these guys. You talk about a team that's got depth, and I know we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I think one of the things we both agreed on was you can't keep living on depth because at some point it's going to come back to bite you, and that depth isn't going to come through. Well, we're not there yet, and I see no reason to believe we're ever going to be there because guys are just damn good, and they come through in big spots. They come through in clutch spots. Game gets a little close. All right, let's tack on now and run away from the team again. And so you look at them and you just marvel at what they have put together. Again, not a full season. I understand that. But they've kind of picked up where they left off last year when they were called to duty and called to action to fill in and step up. And, boy, that next man up mentality, I have never seen a team have it in spades like the Yankees do. It is on anybody that gets their opportunity, it seems like, boom, going to contribute.
Yeah, it doesn't matter during the regular season. These injuries, they find a way to get through it. Where it has mattered for them, has been in the postseason, and who is there and who was available and who is hitting the stride at the right time. That's when it's mattered. I mean, that couple of years ago, that series against the Red Sox, I mean, the offense was dead, completely dead. And that was a year where they had overcome not as much as the year after that in last year. But, yeah, I mean, it's fair to say. I mean, when Mike Ford, Luke Voigt, Tyrone Estrada, all these guys are getting in the mix and carrying this team to the heights that they are right now, then I guess you're right. It doesn't matter. But, I was thinking, from a Red Sox fan perspective, you're probably out at this point. Like, how could you imagine being a diehard Red Sox fan? Yeah, which there's plenty of them out there. You sit through all of this no baseball stuff. You're miserable in a pandemic. You want your team back. They come back. Yeah, they're different. I get it. No Mookie Betts, but hell, I got the Red Sox back. And then they just get their faces pounded in every time they play the Yankees, who you can't stand. I mean, I would think that there was the Red Sox ratings up there are probably the worst they've ever been, because like by the fifth inning every night that they're on, it's like, nope, sorry, can't do this anymore. This sucks.
Well, and think about the series with the Rays, how many runs they gave up.
Oh,
I mean, they've just been a bad. What are they, 6-17? I think now.
Their pitching
terrible.
Is as bad as anybody in baseball. You
know what the Yankees remind me of right now, and you certainly are aware of it, but might be a little young for it. In I guess it was 85. I guess it was, when Doc Gooden was going out and winning every night. And it was, I remember going out and playing wiffle ball, and it would be like, back then we were still, our parents still got the newspapers, and, it wasn't like it was today. I remember we would look at the probable pitchers. Oh, Gooden's pitch tonight, Met win. That's what I feel like with the Yankees at this point. I feel like every night they go out and play, they're going to win. And hell, when Garrett Cole's on the mound, you feel like you can just put it in the win column. That's what I feel like. Now, that's different from when Jacob deGrom pitches for the Mets. When deGrom pitches, he's going to give you a hell of an effort. He's going to limit the team to probably 2 runs or less, and then you're going to be hanging on by a thread, hoping that the Met offense gives them something to work with. With the Yankees, I get that feeling like I did, 35, how many years ago? 30-something years ago? 35 years ago? When Gooden pitched, the Mets were winning. Well, I feel like every time the Yankees play right now, they're going to go out and win. That's the feeling I have about this team.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.